Rock and roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Phyro, and welcome to the Raw Chaos Coverage Post Show. I am here by. Is that Penta? Is that Penta on the screen? How did you come over
Zero,
here?
I don't get in here so goddamn quick.
Well, I want to say I am Penta Fury. I am with Zero Miedo. I am the most best kept secret luchador since El Grande Americano. And I am coming to El Grande Americano in the WWE Speed Championship. Take notice, El Grande.
Where did Nick go? Did you guys swap bodies or something? Is he the one that wrestled tonight?
Maybe.
Well,
Who knows?
he did wrestle tonight, but then he asked me to perform tonight for the fans at Monday Night's Raw.
Ladies and gentlemen, I guess we have Penta here. We also have a special guest tonight, Eric the Jaka, if I pronounced that correctly.
You did. So I'm going to give a quick introduction about myself, if you are okay with that, Pyro. So as Mitch alluded to on the Raw reaction, Hardcore Sports and Off the Top Ropes, OTTR, will be merging over the summer. I am the host of the Wrestling Asylum. So for those of you who might not be familiar, my buddy who runs OTTR, Blackheart, and I figured if I'm going to do a conversation with pro wrestling, how can I make it unique? And it hit me with a ton of bricks. My favorite cosplay, the GOAT of all villains, the Joker. And I'll put it this way to you. You want to go check out the archives? Because my favorite segment, the electric chair, or a moment of zen for you Jon Stewart fans. Let's just say I pulled no punches. It's down and dirty. It's vulgar. It's up in your face. And yeah, some people have gotten the chair more than once. And, well, the Walt Disney off of Wish.com, the Walt Disney 70s porno star Vince McMahon got it quite a few times.
Uh-oh. That don't sound good.
I hope you all will enjoy those. But that's a little bit about me for the time being. I know we got a lot to get into.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. And hey, Nick, I'm glad you're here, man, by the way. You just missed it. Penta was on the call.
I know.
Yeah, Penta just showed up. What the fuck, man?
Now I got to defend my spot right here.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
Penta Fury, I'm calling you out. You and me one-on-one in a match in the near future.
Oh, so first we get Penta on the show, which was a big surprise to have, and then now Nick is dropping the challenge to Austin Theory. We are going to get a crazy month of May here. Mayhem is coming to the
Hardcore and today Network. Is Cinco de Mayo too, so happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody.
Absolutely. Hey, NFL Reality Check, what's up, my man? How's it going?
Crazy month of May.
It's you as well, my man.
And also, guys, before we get started, and happy to be here with you guys, by the way, and happy to have you on here, Eric, as well.
Thank you.
Also, you mentioned, you're welcome, Eric. And you mentioned, Pyro, May is going to be a big month. Indeed, it is going to be. We got the SmackDown watch party, Mitch and I, this Friday for SmackDown, the watch party for SmackDown this Friday. We got Backlash watch party this Saturday. Also this Saturday, 1 p.m., me and Adam Carl, the third episode of the Forbidden Podcast. Tune into that, 1 p.m. this Saturday afternoon, this Saturday, early in the day before Backlash that same day on Saturday. And then we got Saturday night's main event, watch along on May the 24th. May 25th, NXT Battleground watch party. Myself and Adam Carl will be on there.
You might get another watch party too.
Yes.
Called Double or Nothing.
Yes, Double or Nothing's coming up Memorial Day weekend.
I will ask you this real quick before we jump into Raw.
So this is gonna be a crazy.
Samoa Joe or Mox? Samoa Joe or Mox, or do you think they wait till Darby Allin returns?
I think they went till Darby, unfortunately. They should really put the belt on Joe, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I think you need to get Darby finished with Mount Everest, get his ass back there and take the belt off of Mox. I think that's where you ultimately need.
Just because, I mean, the
I
Death
think it'll be
Rider story just been killing the company. I just wish, because it's so bad, I just wish they take the belt off Mox. But I could see where they're going with Darby. I don't
I feel
agree.
like I'm watching a watered down version of the NWO.
Damn.
Death Riders, yeah.
No,
It
wait,
sucks
this
for-
is NWO off of Timu.
Timu. It definitely sucks. I'm a
Except
big
the
John Moxley
NWO
guy.
was better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
the
a-
NWO actually meant something. But we'll talk
Yeah,
about
they
that
got a-
another time.
They got a lot
Darby's
of
one
sales,
crazy
yeah.
dude, though, I will admit. So,
Yeah, Raw was crazy, and Backlash is going to be crazy, folks. One thing I want to mention about Backlash as well is what we thought was going to be Jey Uso versus Logan Paul is now not recognized on the Wikipedia page of the Backlash matches card, which is kind of surprising. They were really hyping that match up a week ago, and then now all of a sudden it's just non-existent, which for some of us, we are definitely very happy about, because Logan Paul should never be in the World Championship caliber, should never be in that type of conversation. But either way, we are now stuck with 5 matches. We have 3 Raw matches and 2 SmackDowns. So we'll see if anything comes up with maybe Tiffany Stratton or anybody else on the SmackDown brand. Maybe they put the tag titles on the line. There's not really anything
the
tag titles wise.
Huh? They wouldn't even see him tonight. And they released the women's half of the women's tag teams with the releases on Friday.
I know it's weird
And
because
we're getting a
WWE
few
is
women's tag titles with the backstage segment tonight with the Judgment Day and AJ Styles. I think, honestly, scrap the women's tag titles at this point. Burn them.
I don't know why they did that, where they released so many women's wrestlers when they could have very much easily used some women's wrestlers for the tag division. But yeah, there's basically nobody else at this point.
There was never a women's tag division, but I mean, I don't know. It's a business.
It is, and I think they're just trying to keep it fair for the ladies, having the Intercontinental title, U.S. title, tag title stay intact. It makes sense, but you can't just have one team hold the belt for so long just for some story to take it over. And Judd, what's up? What's going on, Judd? I know you said good night, but I'm not sure if you meant that, because afterwards you said hello. And then, but hello there. And if this is a good night, then good night. But let's get on with our predictions. So I want to start off with the predictions here tonight for our show. Starting off, we do have official Dominic Mysterio will put up his Intercontinental Championship on the line against Penta.
Yes.
I believe that is the starter of the show.
That should be a good match. I'm looking forward to that.
Who's going to
I
be champ?
gotta agree with you. I look forward to it, but here's my thing. You're not going to take it off of Dominic right out the gate.
No.
However, this is when I make this comment, this is why it makes it so much more difficult. Look at how fast Penta's climbing with the audience.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You have the fans that knew him from Lucha Underground, the fans that knew him from TNA, the fans that knew him in AEW. Now they're all converging in WWE fandom to watch him.
Mm-hmm.
You better fucking do it fast. Right now, logic says, I hate to say it, I have to go with Dominic, but my heart of hearts, Penta shocks the world would be a huge, huge benefit. However, we just put the belt on Dom. It has to be Dom.
I agree.
I think Dominic retains. He just won it, so there's no reason to take the title off him. Penta's
I can see that he lost it if he was hurt. If he had gotten hurt, let's just say hypothetically, they did a segment this week. He got really, really banged up or fucked up. Pardon my language. If anybody gets offended, Mr. J just has a pot. I do have a potty mouth. I will warn you. I call it as I see it.
No
worries. My point to the audience is, if Dominic was that hurt and he still fought his ass off to say, I still want to go out there, I still want to give the fans a show, okay then. Go out, you're dropping the belt to Penta. But like we just said, it has to be Dominic. You just, like I mentioned, you just put it on. But that would be the only example I could see where they put it on Penta, is if Dominic got banged up bad and they're like, shit, what do we do?
Now, Eric, let me ask you this. If Penta happens to win, do you think we see it involves interference involving the Judgment Day? And do you think, and also involving with AJ Styles? And do you think it could play to the factor of, because we're getting AJ Styles versus Finn Balor this Monday on Raw, which I'm very excited for. And could we see, and could this be slowly Balor out of the Judgment Day, going babyface to tag with AJ to take on the Judgment Day in a rivalry going into the summer? So this versus the Judgment Day.
This is my thing.
Because they met, because that might be where they're going.
If Judgment Day gets involved and it backfires, that would be the catalyst to set Finn off to go, screw this, fuck this, Judgment Day's done, I've had it, piss off, it's over, I'm on my own. Now, as it pertains to AJ, the fact that these two are going to lock up on Monday,
No.
We got a sliver of this. Does anybody remember the TLC pay-per-view?
Yes.
Where somebody was supposed to face Finn and ended up with the fucking measles, and instead we got the Demon King against the Phenomenal One.
Great match, by the way, that match.
Yeah. This time around, thank you, sweet baby Jesus. Hallelujah. We get two of the most baddest motherfucking leaders of this.
Too sweet.
Bullet Club's OGs, you bet.
Yes.
To me, I look forward to it. Here's my only issue. If you're going to split up the Judgment Day, good way to do it. I think it's been coming the way Liv Morgan's bullshit and everything else. No disrespect to Carlito. Why the fuck is he even there?
Yeah,
I never understood that myself. I never understood why they signed him in the first place. He never really had much maybe some backstage mentoring, but he's not an interesting guy anymore. The backbreaker is pretty cool, but besides that, the Apple gimmick doesn't really work in this day and age, and it just
he looks like never mind. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I'm gonna shut up on that one. Because you know where my mind's gonna head, Phyro. I told you. People I have friends who say I'm the modern day George Carlin mixed with a little bit of Richard Pryor and Robin Williams.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, man.
But to me, how great was the opening of Raw?
Oh,
let's dig into this.
He was gonna have a heart attack when he spoke. Like, yeah, I'm the bad guy. I'm the scumbag. Yeah,
he looked like he was having a stroke.
Right. And then he got chance of you suck, an asshole. When you get chance of that, you know you got them.
You want to know what? Those chants took.
And then fan booed him in the crowd before this, and Heyman called him right out.
Phyro, what did you think? I gotta ask, because I want to ask you. I mean, I know I'm the guest, but I want to ask you, what did you think of how red Heyman turned in the face?
You know, it's definitely not new, but it's definitely another mark for. It's just one of them things that makes Paul Heyman so great, and I've always been a Paul Heyman guy, even when I was a little kid, where everybody was supposed to hate him.
Dangerous Alliance Days, nice.
Heyman Hustle is a great YouTube channel. I always watch that, and I always loved Paul Heyman as a guy and as a performer, and every time, like, it just he looks like he is going to have a heart attack. He looks like he is about to pop a blood vessel. The guy puts so much into his stock. The guy puts a lot of grit, a lot of time, energy, and thought into every single thing that he says and does, making it personal with Jey Uso, making it personal with the fans turning on him in a way. And it is anything that Paul Heyman touches is anything that will go over, and that is because he puts all the time and energy and all the story and makes everything look like $1 million, even if it's the biggest piece of shit that you can ever see. The tribal chief gimmick for Roman Reigns could have looked awful. It could have been the worst thing that you
Awful.
could have. And
Suffer and fuckatash, and that's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, and the thing is, like, that could have been so bad, but with Paul Heyman, with the story of the Samoan bloodline, everything, and the thing is, like, you put Paul Heyman in that, it makes sense because Paul Heyman has been through everything with the Samoan wrestling family, and he's been through everything with the WWE with management. The guy knows his characters. The guy knows his stories. The guy knows, and we know this from the Invasion times, he knows when to press the buttons, but he knows what he can do because he's met these people, because he's worked with these people. He has known all these people and can turn that into a very personal story that can sell tickets. It's like when Paul Heyman did his shoot on Vince McMahon and mentioned his father.
Oh, I remember that. I remember
That right there. If you're looking at it in 2001, that's a stiff in the heart because, I mean...
Oh, wrestling's a dirty word. You prefer sports entertainment.
I'm going to tell you to this day.
Choked them out.
I'm going to tell you to this day. If I had to pick a Paul Heyman promo that made me love that man more than anything, that was the promo. Because I'm going to tell you, I got to steal a line for a minute from the Attitude Era, if I may. This was referring to the chance of you suck an asshole. Vince, I don't know how good your hearing is, but you got 18,000 people calling you an asshole.
Absolutely. I think
that was the great pop.
Absolutely. I think for me with Paul Heyman, I think when he made it personal with Triple H and Stephanie in 2012, before the rivalry really started up with Brock Lesnar. I think this was after
it was
Triple
around
H broke his arm.
1000 SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think this was right after Brock broke Triple H's arm, and then he just went right after Paul Heyman came out and just went right after Triple H and was like, I'm the advocate for Brock Lesnar, and by the way, Stephanie, he mentioned Stephanie and mentioned Vince, he's mentioned his corporate bullshit, and it was such a damn good promo. And then the contract signing and the papers that were served to Triple H for putting his hands on Paul. Fucking guy is so damn smart, and he knows what makes sense, what is real, what is going to be real.
He put in what he put in. Why do you think Hunter put consigliere on the Hall of Fame ring?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he definitely deserved it.
This in real time for 40 folks. For 40 fucking years. I have been a fan since I was 3. So I'm talking back to the Dangerous Alliance day. I got told I was supposed to hate this son of a bitch. But he pulls you in. And it's funny because around that time there was this guy. And I was 7 or 8 and I liked him. And my friends were like, why do you like him? He doesn't stand out. I said, well, he ever goes to the big leagues. And it was a stunning prediction because in 1995, he would show up as the ringmaster. And in the course of 1 year to 2 years, we watched the birth of the fucking GOAT. The bionic redneck, the Texas rattlesnake, call him what you will. He is a Paul Heyman guy.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold Steve.
Had his first beer in ECW, damn you.
But I want to say this. The last 5 years, Heyman, and he deserves to say this. He's justified. I get why he did what he did with Punk. I get
Oh yeah.
that. I understand that. It's you made me choose after you were gone 10 years. We didn't hash it out. It was like pick up where we left off. I'm still upset at you. You left me. I was alone. I only had this. Then I've been building this. You come back. I'm glad to see you. But then you asked me for the one thing I prophesized 12 years ago. You couldn't have held off a little bit till I got done dealing with this shit. I mean, work with me here. Heyman continues to, and I don't give a fuck what you call it, an advocate, wise, I don't give a shit. He is a manager at the end of the day who has evolved, changed, and continued to take talent to a level that you go, holy shit.
Yeah.
Here's the rub. Say this, excuse me, when I do it. Dear Heavenly Father, please allow Paul Heyman to live another 150 years. We fans are not going to be able to handle the day you call him back. In your name we pray. Hallelujah and amen. Amen. God bless Paul Heyman. But he is just that genius. Think back to his days in NWA learning from Dusty. This is Dusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man.
what were you expecting Jay to make it tonight on Raw for the title? I didn't. I thought it was going to be Saturday.
I honestly thought, I mean, I was thinking Seth winning the championship tonight, but then I thought about it throughout the show. I'm thinking, you know what? I mean, Jay just won the title and he hasn't had a first title defense yet. I had a feeling that with Jay versus Seth tonight, it was going to be like, someone's going to cost Seth the championship, either CM Punk or Roman Reigns, and I called it, and CM Punk happened to come out and cost Seth Rollins the world championship tonight, and which is storyline continuity, which I appreciate from Triple H and the current administration because they just get it with storyline continuity and long-term booking. I feel this is going to bleed into Punk and Roman versus Seth and Braun in a tag match down the line. I think there's a reason they didn't do it for Backlash, and maybe Triple H's plans are Braun, Seth versus Braun and Seth versus Punk and Roman in New Jersey at SummerSlam on one of the nights. Maybe that's where Paul Levesque wants to go. Who knows? And I think Roman's supposed to be back. I read a report he's not supposed to be back until like June, at least Money in the Bank.
Okay, here's the one issue though that I have, and this is just me, as it pertains to that. We have, and I don't say this in a derogatory manner, the modern fan base is it's boom, instant gratification.
Yes.
The old ways are working to a degree. But now we have a 5-year fucking story.
Yes.
That is still going strong, but there's other branches, other layers to it.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking at this going, how much longer? I'm going to call this right fucking now. You heard it here with Flurious Nation, Phyro Productions. You heard it from yours truly. I'm calling this now as it pertains when we get into the rest of the card for Backlash in a moment. Fuck John Cena, and that's with the rusty spoon. So that's number one. That made no goddamn sense. Number two, Cena will not walk out of the WWE with that belt. Here's
definitely not.
why. The final night for John Cena in December is exactly where?
December 31st. That is a Wednesday.
No. He's not leaving December 31st. His last appearance is inside Madison Square Garden. What happened to Dusty in the garden?
Oh, wait. Oh, right. So December 26th, that's a Friday. That
It got
usually had
fucked over that night.
Christmas at MSG. Oh,
Yes, the old fuckaroo where he won the match but didn't get the belt because of the DQ. How quaint will it be for Cody to show up in the garden and go, okay, you cocksucker, I got you. Your ass is mine. And on that night, takes back the belt and afterwards gives him a big fuck you, but not before the final boss puts Cena out of his misery, looks Cody in the eye, and go, I don't give a fuck. Here comes Roman to stop it. That's the way, in my opinion, we can branch Roman and Rock for New Orleans. Cody probably gets chosen for the Royal Rumble win. But I am telling you now, I'm calling it. Cody takes that fucking belt back in the garden.
I don't know. It's a possibility. I mean, we'll see what happens. I didn't even think of that. It's a real possibility.
I think you have to at this point. Because if you don't do this,
that's a real possibility out of a lot.
Because put it to you this way, the old man would have never allowed this.
Oh no! Oh, definitely no. Vince would have.
Okay,
Vince would have forgotten about it within the next week.
Like, no offense, Charlotte should have been the one to snap the streak, not John. I'm sorry. You get upset. You get upset with that. That's fine. But here's why I say it. John's not going to be here all fucking year, every goddamn week. So why would you have put the belt on John and fuck the man who carried the company over a year?
Well, Dwayne should have showed up at night too, I'll tell you that.
You know what? Here's what I think. We got a popcorn fart for that shit. You know what you should have done? If I had the book, the main event of night 1 would have closed out night 2, and I got the bullshit with Cena over with on night 1 so that the fans, even though they were pissed, they come back because they knew they were getting the main event they'd been dying to see, and it'd be the triple threat. And that would have got the biggest fucking reaction other than Randy Orton getting the surprise he got from I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe
Hendry. From London and Paris and Tokyo. Don't get me started. I'll sing that shit till Judgment Day, baby. But all I'm saying to you is, as far as tonight is concerned on Raw, Heyman and Jay had a brilliant interaction. That was amazing. And I don't know if you guys caught this. Look how well Jay was able to play off of Heyman.
Yes.
I mean, Phyro, what did you notice that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So now, what is the next match of the card?
Penta versus JD McDonough.
Wait, no. Okay, so Penta and JD McDonough.
And Penta won off the Mexican Destroyer. Okay.
I'll let one of you guys go first because I want to hear more of what you guys think before I give my take. I'm a little more detailed.
Yeah. Now, Penta and JD McDonough. I thought they had a very solid match. Penta over as usual. And like you said, Eric, Penta's like really like has a lot of momentum on his side right now. JD McDonough's a nice hand. You had interference.
Wait, you said hands? Hi.
Yes. So despite interference from Carlito, he tried to interfere. Then Chad Gable. Then he came out like, "Oh, here we go. McDonough's going to win because of Gable's help." But then Penta took him out. Then Penta got back in the ring, and then he JD McDonough tried the moonsault, crashed and burned, and then the Mexican Destroyer, and that was it. And I thought with Gable coming out, I thought Penta was going to lose via the Gable cost him the match, but I'm surprised Penta won despite interference. So, I mean, and with Dominic and Penta announced for Backlash on Saturday for the Intercontinental title, I mean, it made sense for Penta to win, but I'm glad Penta got the win. It was a nice match for both guys. Both guys look pretty good. JD McDonough is a very good, solid wrestler. Penta, self-explanatory. But I think that set up nicely for Penta and Dominic for Backlash, and then the backstage segment after the match where AJ Styles confronted the Judgment Day with Morgan. And you notice, and there's a few things, and there's something I noticed also, despite two things. AJ Styles one called Finn Prince. I'm not sure if you caught that.
Oh, I caught it. I knew. As soon as I heard it, I said, wait a second.
So maybe they do.
Did that just come out of his mouth?
Maybe we get the Bullet Club leaders versus the Judgment Day in a feud. That could very well be. I'm okay with that. And plus, Raw needs tag teams.
Well, the only issue I see right now in terms of that, and this is just me, we don't get all of the Bullet Club, and I'll tell you why.
I know, but
I think the one issue that we still have, you let go Gallows and Anderson over a year ago. They're free. They're doing whatever.
I think this was it February. I think they let them go.
So there's that. As far as the match goes, I'm going to say this. How in the flying fuck is JD McDonough able to get in the ring after a mere 4 months from literally fucking dying?
Dude, when he went neck first into the edge of the announce table, I cringed and I thought he freaking paralyzed himself. It looked really, really scary.
No, that wasn't what did it for me. When I heard he punctured a lung, I'm like, oh yeah, you're dead. You're on borrowed time now, pal.
Yeah, it's crazy, but much respect, and he's still going. So much respect to JD McDonough.
I'm just glad he's healed up one piece.
Yeah,
but I mean,
good.
I was gonna say, but I mean, god damn, how in the fuck is he even? I don't get it.
And then the second thing I caught was Liv Morgan. Apparently, I know she's filming, and they had the releases Friday during and before and during SmackDown. They released like a ton of Chen Skating Carter and other women who were like in a tag team, and you saw no women's tag team titles present, which is even just Raquel there. You'd think one after the women's tag team titles would show up. I don't know what you think, and I know you have your opinions and I have mine, but I will say, honestly, burn the women's tag titles because there was never a women's tag division to begin with. Plus, look when NXT got rid of their women's tag team titles and they introduced a women's North American title, and you see where that title's at right now. Honestly, if they were to get rid of the women's tag team titles, it would be the best thing for honestly the women's mid-card titles because I feel like there's more mid-card women than there are the women's tag teams, and when you have the women's tag titles still there, like you're putting more emphasis onto that than the women's mid-card titles when you have teams. And I feel like if the main roster were to follow the NXT footsteps and get rid of their women's tag titles, I think honestly it's the best thing for the women in the mid-card and the women's mid-card titles because right now they need to be where the women's North American title needs to be, and it's not.
I think they keep it just because of like inclusion, just to try to, they don't want the backlash from fans. It would look really bad if they started taking the titles away from the women's division. But if you're not doing something with it and you're just releasing women for no reason at this point. I know they're trying to get some NXT people to come up, but I mean,
Well, shit, how the fuck does Nikita Lyons still have a job and she's at Evolve and she ain't done shit?
right.
I'm going to just say this. As much as like to call her Miss Thickums is attractive, sweetheart, what the fuck? You let go of Cora Jade, and that chick just announced she's doing OF.
OnlyFans, and yeah.
Uh-huh. And guess what? We all know how crazy that's gonna go. But
oh yeah, I don't think she.
For all you pervs out there. Wait. Hey, I think she's hot too. Hey, go lie.
Yeah, you have women from NXT about to be called up as well in the future. And honestly, we don't really need women's tag team titles. There's not enough depth. If there were, it's like clearly WWE doesn't care about the women's tag team titles.
Right.
So that's just my take on it. But those are two things I picked up with the AJ Styles and Judgment Day backstage segment. And that was after the Penta and JD McDonough match. And real quickly, I did catch a Karrion Kross promo via commercial break. Man, is Karrion Kross getting over or what?
Oh, I've always loved the guy. I've always cheered for him, and I'm so excited for what they're giving him right now. And it's if they actually push him well, then he will finally be able to show WWE what he really has, and I think he has a lot to offer.
And I don't care what anyone says. Oh, he's boring in the ring. He's not even that bad in the ring, and he's great
not
promo.
Boring at all.
They are not turning him loose.
He has a contract coming up. I doubt he leaves.
No, you know what he needs to be? Summon the White Rabbit.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh,
underground.
Funny you mentioned that.
Level.
Guess who just got released from AEW today? The Righteous. What if they bring them into Raw, put them with Karrion Kross?
Drop the Righteous gimmick, and that might work.
They were in AEW. Tony Khan just let them go today.
Yeah, I saw that this afternoon. If you
idiot.
get rid of the Righteous gimmick and get these guys to get a little more darker, because you want them to vibe with Karrion, I'm going to tell you now. If you thought you knew Killer Kross and Lucha Underground, you ain't fucking seeing shit yet.
Kross is he's a very creative man. Like he just gets it as far as like presentation, how things should come off as like character wise, what should be on what things should come across. He's almost like how Triple H gets it. Like Kross just gets it. Like he knows what's gonna work, what's not gonna work. And he's just a very smart, creative man.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think I don't know if he writes his own promos, but he's very good at promos.
Who, Karrion?
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? If I could recommend one thing to all the viewers, fans, even you guys, go on YouTube. Here's what you can do. Find the El Rey Network. I don't know where. I hope the channel's still up. Go type in Lucha Underground. And I think it was either midway through season 2 or season 3 when he showed up. But this motherfucker don't miss.
Nope, he doesn't. Not at all. His delivery was just spot on.
I don't understand how you could bring him into NXT, put him as champion, then summon him to the main roster, and it looked like Vince had a massive case of diarrhea.
That was fucking terrible. Had him lose to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds on Raw when Kross was NXT champion and undefeated in NXT, and Triple H put so much stock in him, only for Vince to call him up and embarrass him, and then put him in a demolition helmet, which he looked ridiculous in, and then he got released for no reason in November 2021. That was awful. So fucking bad.
Do you want to know an interesting fact about that? He actually, after he got released, you won't believe who called him, and it wasn't Tony Khan.
Was it H?
It was Scott D'Amore.
Oh shit!
Oh, I think he was running TNA at the time.
Yes, he was, and he put a big fucking feeler to get him back.
Wow.
This fucking place.
Wow.
And Carrion would have become killer once more. I'm gonna tell you this: that shoot he did with Sam Roberts, you could tell Scarlett was not expecting it.
No, not at all.
Ever since, is it me? Or did that almost feel CM Punk like?
It did, kind of. And he was going off, man. Like, it wasn't like, I mean, probably a work shoot. I mean, I think that was approved, though. But, I mean,
Okay,
they got
say Vince Russo. Work shoot.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. I do agree with you.
Catch my drift.
They
got some gold here with Cross.
I want to ask the both of you guys this. What do you see inside 6 months for Carrion? Let's start 6 months out, and then we'll go to a year.
I don't think he'll be in the mid card. I don't think he'll be pushed much. I think he's more of like a Carlito type of attraction right now, and it's fine because, what's up, Jed? What's going on?
What's up?
But I don't think Carrion is going to be that type of guy that will be like a major star. I don't think he's going to be a mid-card talent for going for the Intercontinental title or the U.S. title. At least, especially in the 6 months. But I definitely see him being not like a filler, but almost like a filler, where it's going to be if WWE really needs a story to go and needs somebody to really
You
hit
mean
that
like
mark.
X-Pac?
Sure,
We're going to
X-Pac.
turn him into the modern day version of X-Pac, where we're going to find out if you can fucking go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that actually is a really good comparison.
The only difference is he doesn't have a drug problem.
Yeah, 90s were weird about that shit.
Well,
I grew up in the 90s. I plead the fifth, Your Honor.
There you go.
Well, I think because Triple H really likes Karrion Kross, he's a Triple H guy. I don't think he's going anywhere. He has a contract coming up, but I think he stays. I mean, if he is in the position of Carlito, I mean, he'd be better booked than Carlito, no questions asked, because Carlito's just a dead act. I'm sorry, he is, even in the Judgment Day. Yeah, there you go, said it. But I mean, Kross in the mid card, probably not for now. At least, I don't know, maybe the end of this year. I mean, Dominic again just won the championship, but I
think he dethrones Dom. I think if I'm gonna.
And also the fact Kross has been getting over. I don't know. Do they turn him babyface? Because listen to the reactions lately. I think he wrestled Dragon Lee not long ago on main event, and Kross was a heel and he got cheered. He even got cheered tonight. Maybe do you think they could potentially, if this keeps up, do they turn him babyface? Because Vince, remember Rusev Day, how he was a heel, he was so over, and Vince refused to turn him face?
I'll let you ask Phyro that question first because I need a minute to think.
All right. But yeah, Phyro, yeah, thoughts on that?
Ask that one more time just so I can get the main.
Because Karrion Kross was wrestling on main event, I think a week ago against Dragon Lee. Kross was the heel in the match, yet he got the biggest pop and he got over. And he was over tonight even on Raw. If this keeps up, could you potentially see Triple H and his administration turn Karrion Kross babyface? Because like it's almost, I don't know if it's similar. I don't know if I could compare it to Rusev Day when he got really over in late 2017 and he was a heel and he was getting over reactions and Vince refused to turn him. I don't think Triple H would keep him as a heel, but do you think they could potentially change course and turn Kross babyface if this keeps up?
Absolutely. I think the difference with Triple H and Vince is like at some point the fans will win. But I mean, Triple H won't make it obvious. That's what I like about it. But at some point, you would have to see Triple H is definitely probably going to pull the trigger and be like, okay, this guy's super over. There's a big fan base. Chris Van Fleet probably is the reason for it, but
He is.
and Jesse Ventura.
Hey, give him his due. Give Chris his due. But here's the
absolutely.
other thing.
Shout out to Chris Van Vliet.
Yep. Here's the one thing I will say about all this. All right? Just me. When you are in the man's hometown and he is not booked, you did not go to him and say, hey, we want you to be the one to battle Randy. You're going to lose, but you're going to get your moment.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to Joe Hendry. No disrespect. He came, he did what he was meant to do. He got to show out a little bit, get people to go, okay, what the hell is TNA if they weren't familiar with it, other than for tits and ass, folks, especially them juicy ones. Giggity, giggity.
Remember the beautiful people?
Okay, but
yeah,
the fact
remember
that
OBS or whatever her name was?
Huh?
Remember that one girl, the 3-letter? What the hell was her name? ODB, or what was her name?
One dirty bitch. I remember her.
ODB. Dude, that was the craziest shit I've ever seen on a wrestling television.
I'm going to tell you right now, she's still fucking hot.
Oh, absolutely.
But my point is this. When you have them eliminated out of the Battle Royal before WrestleMania and the fans are fucking pissed. If this would have been the old man, Karrion being this pissed after he did the shoot, he'd have walked into Vince's office, said, "Go fuck yourself, I'm done."
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
My lawyer.
Vince would not have cared.
No, because as JR said, don't confront, consort. Confront if you're prepared to leave. But you have pissed this man off. You released him once, and then you brought him back, and now you're dicking with him. You have his hometown pissed on a Friday fucking night.
Yeah, he was in a Battle Royal.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was an Andre
the Giant Battle Royal. I would have fucking gave it to him. I would have told the guys in the back, do not touch Karrion. He's gonna win it. Tease, do what you need to do for the Battle Royal. He's the survivor. End of story. To me, Karrion and I tweeted this. Hang on. I'm gonna grab my phone here because this is what I said. He, meaning Karrion, actually liked the tweet. He even reposted it. I said, it's time to unleash the killer once more. Show everyone why your true name is Killer Cross. Unleash the Lucha Underground inner side. The violent, I will fuck shit up first, ask questions later. Go take what you've earned, what belongs to you. He liked it, and I ended it with TikTok. I am telling you, if they get put the machine behind Killer Cross, I'm done calling him fucking Karrion. It's Killer. Live with it. You put the machine behind him, he is going to take you to a place you did not fucking know existed. That is how good I feel he is.
Very good with mind games. Very good with mind games.
Yes.
I guarantee you, he has studied old footage of The Undertaker and Jake the Snake.
Bray Wyatt.
I see a lot of Jake Snake.
The Goats.
Yeah, I see a lot of Jake the Snake and
Karrion
for sure.
I see a little bit of both.
What about one dimension?
Of Jake the Snake and Undertaker.
If you have Undertaker from like 2002, I see it.
Oh fuck yeah!
We just need the locker room battle where AJ's like kid is being beaten to the beaten down by Karrion in a locker room. That would be very 2002 Undertaker-ish right there.
Yeah.
If they went ahead and did that, that would be funny. I mean, I don't think his kids are old enough yet, but like that would have been cool.
Okay, what was the next segment on Raw? I forget.
Oh, Austin Theory had a match tonight against a returning fella, Sheamus. Sheamus is back for the first time since the Royal Rumble. He returned,
Who the
beat
fuck
Austin
did he
Theory.
go?
A banger after banger. Pyro after banger.
Okay, I gotta ask this.
Banger.
After the Rumble, what the fuck happened to him?
I don't
'Cause
know
all
if
of a
he's got an
sudden, I'm
injury and no
going-
one knew about. I'm not sure, but
That
He just
threw
keeps
me
going
for
through
a
injuries.
loop,
Yeah, he's
dude,
getting
because
older.
yeah.
I will say this: that threw me for a fucking loop because at one point I'm sitting there, and I'll never forget it. I saw him at the Rumble, and then okay, maybe he took a week off. We get to WrestleMania. I'm like, what the fuck?
Maybe he had an undisclosed injury no one knew about, and he wanted to keep it under the
That or
vest.
he had time off he's wanted to use
Yes.
as well.
And he did do a lot of work with 2024 when he came back, and then
Yeah, and then yeah,
he deserved the break if that's the case. Then
I'll just say this: the minute Sheamus's music hit, I went, "I'm not gonna watch. I already know where this is ending, and it's gonna be with Austin Theory
the
getting
other
his
thing I
ass
want to
kicked."
bring up, by the way, Penta had a new theme music tonight, and I want to compare it to Sheamus's. Like, apparently Penta got a new remix.
God, they got rid of Def Rebel.
By Tool. It's by Tool, which
Thank
actually
God.
I listened to them, and I've seen them live in Prudential Center, New Jersey, in Newark several years ago before COVID, and they're not a bad band at all. And they are actually the band for Penta's new theme music. And I listened to that. That's so much better than Def Rebel's garbage music. And I listened to that. Then I listened to Sheamus's still Def Rebel music. What, like, when are we gonna change Sheamus's music? You get to like
We need
back
written
to
in the
the
face
original
back.
theme.
Yeah, we need written in the face back. No
Yeah.
doubt.
Damn straight.
even like Hellfire by CFO is even good too.
Oh, dude, Hellfire makes his new music look like shit, dude. Because Hellfire was
His
way
current
better
music,
than this.
Pyro, his current
Looks
music
like
is
straight
trash.
trash.
It's so bad. It doesn't even scream Irish. It just screams fucking stereotypical goddamn Irish pub bullshit.
Give me a doobie while I sleep.
Basically, it sounds like if it sounds like if an Irish pub was ran by an Italian man.
I'm half Italian. Don't judge me, and I'm also half Irish.
Yeah, but you're not going to start an Irish pub and just do some stereotypical bullshit that doesn't work.
It definitely
It's
doesn't work at all.
true.
It sounds generic as hell. Like there's no identity, nothing. I'm hoping with what we saw with Tool with Penta's new music tonight, I hope it's a sign of things to come.
I will.
Who's going to win against Pat McAfee versus Gunther? We'll get with that. We should probably start getting with that predictions really soon for Judd and for the fans, because we've been kind of drilling on the Raw reactions a little too much.
Yeah,
which isn't a bad thing, but
it was good shit compared to the last few weeks.
Bro, it was in Kansas. Okay, so I'm from Kansas City, right, Eric? And
Mhm.
I didn't go to Raw this week, but or not this week, but last week I didn't go to Raw. But I looked at, I was watching it live. I'm just thinking like, what the fuck is this SmackDown type of bullshit we got on the screen? Like, I had to go.
Come on, you had Nick Aldis as GM. What the fuck?
I know. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, what the fuck? Is Nick Aldis just a shitty booker? Like, what the hell's going on here? I know he's from the TNA world of Dixie Carter, but shit, dude. Like, what the hell?
Oh, ow, ooh,
hey, now.
Ow,
Dixieland does not need to be in SmackDown. I'm just saying.
Well, the only blessing is he also sat under the learning tree of one Billy Corgan.
Yeah, but he was and that makes sense why things were promo based, because he was so fucking promo based. It was so bad.
Billy, but look at how well Aldis can go on the mic if you let him loose.
Oh, I know, but that's the thing. Like, even with the show itself, like Billy Corgan, you maybe had like 3 matches and like 5 fucking promo segments that whole in his TNA, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you having so many? And then even Nick and Mitch were saying last week about how it was just such a promo based Raw, and I'm just thinking like, dude, this is some SmackDown shit. What is this? But yeah, no, I was very disappointed that they had a really weird show for a Raw in Kansas City, and Kansas City is a great market. Kansas City is a great fan base.
Oh, of
So
course.
really weird. But I mean, I went last year though, and last year was like 10 times better. So it's all good. But yeah, let's
The
get with
ladies,
the main event, and then
yeah.
let's get with Backlash because we gotta do our Backlash predictions.
Yes, we do. One thing about the Pat McAfee Gunther promo. Damn.
Yeah, that was nice. That was very
Damn.
Good stuff.
All I'm gonna say is this. I want everybody to go back to why Pat McAfee and Adam Cole was the greatest fucking thing in NXT.
At Takeover 30, I remember watching it, and definitely
Just,
it definitely proved me wrong.
just do not fuck this up.
yeah.
The only thing I could see going out of it is while Gunther is getting choked. Goldberg.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Unfortunately,
I don't
No.
think Goldberg's coming back. I don't think Goldberg's coming back. He's just
if
You know what I would rather see?
versus
You want to know what I'd rather see?
what's that?
Just for the hell of it. Glass breaks, stunner, fuck you, bitch. Picks up McAfee. They have a beer, call it a day.
That'd be cool. That would be
And
nice. That
Gunther
would bring back
won't
WrestleMania
dare try
38.
it.
That would bring back 38.
I think we're getting Goldberg versus Gunther, unfortunately, either at SummerSlam or at Night of Champions in Saudi and Goldberg's retirement match. But you know it's coming.
Hey,
It's coming. Sadly, it's
It
coming.
shouldn't, but yeah. I mean, if Gunther wants that, I know Gunther's a big Goldberg guy, so
And as long as Goldberg puts him over is all I care about. As long as Gunther doesn't lose to him.
no, I think you know what you might see. Repeat late 2016.
Oh, please.
Remember?
Squashing him now, please. Oh, please. No.
Hold up. Goldberg squashes him. Goldberg squashed Brock in the Rumble. What happened at WrestleMania? That was where Goldberg did the honors, did the deed. That was
well, I mean,
well played. I just hope they don't go to that well twice.
Goldberg probably didn't want to get stiffed in the ring. If
Especially
either you go over or your ass is going to get stiff. That's what happened.
Especially Goldberg, he can't go in a mess for more than 3 minutes or he gets gassed out very quick.
Yeah, and that's what happened in that WrestleMania match. And Brock Lesnar probably was like, you either let me go over, or Vince and I are going to be stiff with you. And it's like, well, fuck it. I guess I got to go over. Or I guess you got to go over.
Well, as long as Goldberg and Gunther isn't like Goldberg and The Undertaker in Saudi, because that was so bad.
Oh,
Well,
I
Taker
don't
has
remember
said
that.
Taker said many times, you're gonna have bad days at the office. That was a bad day at the office. And he knows it wasn't intentional either.
Right. And I mean,
But
everything started with
Phyro,
Cusp Goldberg, and they should have read that in the beginning of the match. They should have kept that in mind and just. Oh, that was so
I'll
bad.
say this for what it is.
He almost killed, Pyro. He almost killed the Undertaker off that jackhammer. What I can
Oh, I know.
watch was.
I don't- I
Dead
think-
man was almost a dead man.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to kill him.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to Pyro's main point,
Yep,
though. We got to get it going.
Yeah,
Although
so,
I have enjoyed the conversation.
yeah, me too. Absolutely. And I think it's been a fun night. I'm glad you're here, Eric, and I'm glad Nick
Thank
and
you
I
for
are able
welcoming me.
to. Absolutely. I'm glad Nick and I are here for another episode of the Raw Chaos coverage. But let's go with that main event, and then we'll go to Backlash. That main event match was definitely electric. I'm still pissed off that now Jey Uso is doing the Cody Rhodes bullshit where he's taking everybody's moveset now, and it's just annoying. Like, why is he doing a sleeper now? We did not mean to do this. When we said to put a little more arsenal in your moveset, when we meant to not steal every fucking wrestler's moves that you all of a sudden are able to.
Oh, breaking. Logan Paul sneak attacks Jey Uso after Raw goes off the air.
Oh,
And El Grande Americano has just beaten Dragon Lee for the speed title. Fuck Chad Gable, you ain't.
Gracias, a grande americano.
yeah, we gotta check with Penta later on. He was on the show earlier, and we gotta see how he feels about the all of that crazy madness there. But yeah, I don't know. That's my main takeaway from that match, though, and I'm really glad that Seth finally got a world title match again. I think Seth should be a world champion again. A lot of
Might
fun
be
stuff.
SummerSlam or Survivor Series by that
Yeah.
point. Drag,
Uh,
drag it out. That's when you really get cooking. Is when you
oh,
drag.
absolutely. But yeah, no, I'm pretty
It's only
excited
a
that we
matter of
got.
time before Jay loses that title soon, I think, and I hope so, and I think he will.
Mhm.
He's not a long-term world champ at all.
No, and I don't believe in the guy. I don't believe in a guy that I believe in his character. It's really fun to participate in with the yeet and all that, but like it's just his wrestling is just so bland. And the problem is it's the move set. You have got to quit stealing everybody's moves. It doesn't matter if you've beaten all these guys. Like all of a sudden, now we're gonna like, let's say all of a sudden Jesus now starts using the curb stomp or the pedigree, and it's like why? There's no reason for it. There's no reason for him to use the sleeper. And at this point, I mean, the spear's fun, but we know why he's using the spear because he's beaten Roman Reigns. It's like you can't just take everybody's
No.
moves.
I know why he's using the sleeper.
Hmm.
A fuck you to Gunther.
Sure, and yeah, that might be the
I
reason.
can do
but
it better, and I used it to whip your ass.
I don't know. I don't like that he's
No,
using.
I do get where you're coming from, Pyro. I totally get it, but
It's
I can
kinda
see that being the reason.
It's kind of like the Cody Rhodes rule that he made, but at least Cody is actually putting his own stick in the move. You know, like if he takes someone's move, he has his own version of it. Whereas Jay is basically just taking everybody's moves. Like you can't really make your own thing with a sleeper unless you try to use the ropes or the like some other ligament to do it. And he's not doing that. He's not making it his own thing. Overall, though, the match was great, and then of course we saw Sami Zayn with broken ribs, and we saw the return of CM Punk since WrestleMania. So that was a nice return for.
I was not
for
expecting
Kratos
that.
Saint.
I
was actually
not
watching his
expecting
movie.
that.
I was actually watching his movie before I went to work last night. So I mean, tonight. So it's interesting. It's almost like a foreshadowing. I love his movie. It's a really good one. But yeah, so that happened in the main event. It was a lot of fun to watch. A lot of fun action. And I think Seth and Jay definitely have some chemistry there. But moving to Backlash, I think we all agreed that Dominic is going to retain. If Penta does win, though, I think it would be a fun.
It would be great to see.
It would.
It would be great to see, especially with AAA, and just since Penta is getting a massive, just a massive pop right now with how little he's been with the company. I think he's been with the company since January, and he's already
the
a
worst kept
massive
secret in
following.
the business.
Yeah.
Pretty much. No, I think Cody was the worst kept secret because everybody knew it was going to be Cody before he came back, and so I think that might have been the worst one. But because nowadays the internet will never let you just be surprised anymore.
Kayfabe is dead. Kayfabe is dead. Internet chat rooms ruined it, and fuck Dave Meltzer with the rusty
And the
spatula.
dreaded dirt
God,
sheets
that
and
piece of
DW
shit.
Insider and Mike Johnson and Sap and Fightful.
Hang on, I ain't done. And fuck Vince Russo and Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette, you can suck my left
And
nut.
Disco Inferno.
There are some things I agree with.
Fuck Disco.
I do agree sometimes with Jim Cornette, but there are some things like Kevin Owens' scenario that he's just completely wrong. Kevin Owens did his own thing, and I admire the guy for that. He kind of did what CM Punk did, where everyone was like, "You should take off the wrist tape. You should quit doing this. Oh, you have too many tattoos." Like, bitch, I'm going to show you I'm the greatest goddamn thing ever. And Kevin Owens definitely proved Jim Cornette wrong.
Yeah.
But let's move on, though. Let's move on to the Fatal 4-Way. We have Jacob Fatu defending the United States Championship against LA Knight. Yeah, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre.
You know what I mean?
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
So, who are
that?
you guys going to pick?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of these guys here, like a lot of these, other than the women's intercontinental title match, I feel like all these title matches are with champions that just became champions. So who are you? Are you really going to take a belt off of somebody? I don't.
No, I'm
know.
going with Jacob Fatu.
I'm going Jacob Fatu.
I'm telling you now. And the
I
reason
think Jacob
why is
Fatu. I think the Bloodline's going to come in and do something.
maybe, but I'm going to say this. In terms of Jacob Fatu, when I had heard they had signed him, I went the minute that motherfucker shows up on TV and starts to go, this company, the fans, have no motherfucking clue unless you watched MLW, which I did. So I am telling you now, this for him is going to be the biggest corner step because I guarantee you, the next time Roman's world champion or undisputed,
It happened.
Jacob Fatu at will whoop that ass, dog walk your ass, and that's the end of the conversation.
I think
That's
here's my
exactly what's
prediction.
coming.
I think for the whole match, I think Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre are going to get distracted with each other, and
Of course.
I think that's going to lead to LA Knight being screwed over by the Bloodline too, and Jacob Fatu will end up getting the victory there. You just can't take the title off the guy yet. He's so
You're not.
good.
I know that you're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
I think,
and I think Damian
we're
Priest
all
is
going
gonna-
Jacob Fatu.
I think Fatu's going to retain, but however, Solo and the Bloodline trying to help him.
Yeah.
But Jacob's like, no, I don't need your help. But then Fatu wins and retains anyway and pins LA Knight, and they tease tension, but still with Solo and Jacob coming out of that.
Oh, that would be dope.
And I think also getting involved, I'll get to it. Maybe we get Solo versus Jacob in the summer, but also involved in the feud. Apparently, he's coming to WWE. Jeff Cobb.
Actually, Jeff Cobb just tweeted he was retiring.
Yeah.
So.
And the fact also Bronson Reed should be coming back in the future. What if Solo and the Bloodline eventually, when the time is right, they kick Fatu out, and even the odds against the Bloodline, Fatu by a side, Jeff Cobb, and Bronson Reed. Imagine a trio faction with Jacob Fatu, Jeff Cobb, and Bronson Reed.
You mean to tell me
yes.
The guy that played Matanza Cueto, hang on. Oh, shit. Call 911. Reiterate, we call 911. We have 3 psychos on the loose. But yes, all of us can agree it's Jacob Fatu retaining.
Yeah.
Phyro, what's the next match on the Backlash card?
I'm sorry, can you ask that again?
What's the next match on the Backlash card? I mean,
match, and I hope Judd is back in for this one because Judd was asking about this one. It's Pat McAfee versus Gunther. I think it's going to be Gunther.
I want to say we get a repeat of what McAfee did to Adam Cole, but I don't see that coming. I'm going to have to say this. I'm sorry. Pat McAfee, I love you to death, but on this night, with all due respect, you're going to be Gunther's bitch. I'm sorry. The only way I could see Pat McAfee winning, Jey Uso or Goldberg. That's the only way out. I'm sorry. I love you, Pat, but tonight, Saturday, you're going to be Gunther's bitch.
It should really be Gunther winning, no questions asked. And honestly, Gunther should go into this and it should be a squash, not a 10-minute, evenly matched. Gunther should go into this and just absolutely destroy Pat McAfee. I'm talking bloodshed, just laying Pat McAfee out, just destroy Pat McAfee, get some of that heat back that he lost against Jey Uso at WrestleMania 41, night 1. Especially, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, isn't Pat McAfee soon starting again his college football stuff?
That would be in August, which to me, I don't have an issue with because you know what? The deal that he's made out, dude, if we have to sacrifice him for roughly 4 months out of the year,
That's
Who
rough.
gives a shit? It's fucking worth it.
I mean, I know some people don't like Pat McAfee on commentary. I could see why, but I don't have an issue with Pat McAfee. I think the guy is really good at what he does.
Exactly. I concur.
So
I just
that's how I feel. I don't
exactly.
mind him at all on commentary. In fact, he's brought the energy back into Michael Cole, and he just brings the energy that like wrestling needs, and he just brings it. So I have no issue with him whatsoever on the commentary desk. But I think we got Gunther on the board here.
Yep. Okay, so
What if
so
they
far
add,
we know it's only Becky and Lyra, right? That's the only
Yep.
women's title being defended.
That's correct.
yeah.
Who do you
Lyra
guys?
and Becky had a good segment earlier tonight, and Lyra, man, good character development.
Oh,
And both ladies
great
look
mic
good.
skills. She's
I've
improving.
always
fast.
loved her. Yeah, I've always been a big fan of Lyra, and I always believe that she is a
She's a
massive
future piece
star.
of the company for years to come. I'm telling you right now.
She's definitely getting over, and her ring ability is just remarkable.
I've watched her since NXT
Of course.
UK. I've always thought she'd be a future piece of the company for so many years. She's that good.
Judge has said, "What if Cole goes heel?" I don't think that'll happen. I don't think
Michael
it's really,
Cole is never going to turn on McAfee.
Nah.
You
No, especially
have
not
to be
for
smoking
Gunther.
special kind of ganja for that one.
especially for Gunther.
No
Like that one would be
disrespect.
really crazy. Like if he ever did go heel again, which would be a really weird thing to happen.
It wouldn't make sense.
Nah.
It would for somebody else. Like it would be if he went heel on, like if he did go heel on McAfee, it can't be due to a match with Gunther, somebody that has attacked Michael before.
But at least I don't think I see him doing a Cole turning heel because come on. The guy basically is about to put his life to hell to protect Cole. Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Lyra and
that's
Becky,
why.
going back to that, I did like the segment earlier. They've had some decent promo work the past couple weeks, and Becky has really made Lyra look good as of late. Especially a good segment tonight. Both ladies look pretty well, especially Lyra. And with that being said, this match at Backlash, Lyra did stand tall after hitting the Nightwing, and usually when that happens, whoever stands tall in the go-home show usually doesn't win at the PLE. I'm thinking I don't want it, but I think Becky Lynch is winning that women's IC title. The fact that Lyra brought up Becky Lynch, first ever women's champion on SmackDown, main evented, first woman to main event WrestleMania, win first ever women's IC. Oh, that's right, that's me. So that was a nice line from Lyra.
Oh yeah. Who do you guys see? Who do you pick?
I think Becky wins the championship, unfortunately, but I think Lyra is in chase mode. And also the fact I think Bayley's going to feud with Becky.
No, here's what I see. Here's my take.
Or Bayley's going to do Becky.
Bayley screws Becky. Bayley somehow screws Becky. I see Lyra retaining. Bayley fucks Becky.
And Evolution's coming up in July, apparently.
That's the get gusto. Phyro, what about you?
I'm gonna go Becky.
God, I don't think Bayley's gonna come. I think it's just gonna be a one-on-one. If Bayley does come up, I just think Becky still wins. I know that WWE is probably going to look for a different look not the different look, but I think they want to maybe change things up with Lyra. She is a remarkable talent and is really helping out the women's division on Raw. But I think having a little bit of a difference and having her maybe lose the title would be. I think that would be the right move, and I think Becky's the right person to do that. But I just think that you can have a trilogy with that, and then later on have Bayley come out and be like, with Becky being champion, and be like, hey, screw you, and having Lyra win the title back.
Hey, breaking news. Mia Yim's sister is now engaged to Big E.
Oh
Yes,
wow,
congratulations to Big E,
very nice.
Liam's sister.
Yay!
Congratulations.
As you were saying, that just came across my news feed. I thought I'd let everybody know what was up.
What are you using for a news feed?
Twitter.
Oh, okay. I need to get on Twitter more.
I also used Facebook, so that's a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I think I got Becky Lynch though winning. Bailey does come back eventually. Maybe she could win it off of Becky, the women's IC title. Then eventually Lyra wins the championship back and holds it for a while. Maybe, and I could be thinking ahead a little too much. I know WrestleMania next year is New Orleans. I may be thinking ahead a little bit. But what if it could also lead down the line to Becky versus Lyra once more at WrestleMania next year for the women's world title, with Lyra winning the women's world title at WrestleMania?
That's pushing it, but
I mean, I know it's far fetched, but just maybe I'm thinking ahead.
Nope, I like the mindset. I do.
I don't know, but I think I got Becky Lynch on the board winning the championship, unsadly. But I do think it's probably gets Lyra in chase mode if you want to get her more over. And
it might. Okay. So Pyro, who do you pick
for Becky and Lyra?
Yeah,
I picked Becky. I picked Becky, and I think they're going to have a trilogy going, and I think it's going to end up being Bailey, costing Becky the title back to Lyra at some point in the future.
Yeah, I think. Do you think we get Jade versus Maya on SmackDown? Whether that gets Tiffany at Backlash.
Who? Tiffany versus who? Oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Nia right now. I don't want to see
anybody. Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Well, and it's an old story at this point. Like, it's something that went down.
We're looking for a new
time ago.
Oh.
I mean, basically, if you want to say it like that, I think even if you like, I don't know who's big on SmackDown right now. I don't know like who's big on the women's division on SmackDown.
Other than Miss Wardrobe malfunction waiting to happen.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly.
I mean, I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, hey, giggity. I mean, hello.
Giggity. All right.
Women's division on SmackDown is very mid.
It could be Naomi. It could be. I'm not a big
Naomi person. I'd rather Naomi.
Yeah, I could see Naomi right now.
I'll take Naomi, but here's the thing. I think the wild card is Jade.
Is who?
Jade. I think she's the wild card.
But is that going to turn into something? Like, because I know Jade and Naomi
it takes time. It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she went through AEW, which was a blessing for her to find out where her skill set was. She's learning how to get better in the ring, which I'm happy with. Excuse me. My only thing is, right now, we're looking for a new hoe. Nia Jax, you ain't it.
I definitely think somebody who is...
I think it's Naomi. I got to go with Naomi.
We need one of those, like, page factors. Somebody who's ready and somebody who can really... Even if, like, Tiffany goes to Backlash... with an open with a
open challenge.
Yeah, like an open challenge, and then somebody from NXT, like even if it's Stephanie Valkyrie, if somebody who is like a page factor who can come in from NXT who's ready and can take the championship match. Maybe not even become champion automatically.
It could be Stephanie.
Stephanie Valkyrie could be a great move. I know she's going into Raw right now, but she is technically not signed yet. The other women wrestlers who have came from NXT are not currently signed yet, technically. Which, by the way, I'm shocked that there's no tag team match with Rhea and Io versus the two from NXT.
Well, no shit. I'm like at the hip.
Neo versus Julian Roxanne next week on Raw.
Okay, sweet. So, but I feel like, even if, let's say Tiffany's like, She's going to be that fighting champion, and then Nick Aldis at the
You
show.
mean
I think it should be at
Boobs
the show.
McGee.
It's going to be boobs versus ass.
Ass and
Stratton
titties.
versus but or
I'm sorry.
or it's boobs versus
Right
thighs,
now, I can't.
because Stephanie's thinking thighs right now with the her move where she bashes the head. So yeah, boobs versus thighs. But like,
Just
and both
remember,
stay live, so it's all good.
sweet cheek music, ladies and gentlemen.
Devil's
Fucking
kiss.
right.
Booker T would go.
Gotta love my boy,
God,
the
he'd
one
really
and
be
only
quacking
Tony
his ducks right
Schiavone.
now. He would really be quacking his ducks watching Backlash. But no, I think if I think it would be really cool if at the show itself there is some kind of thing like Nick Aldis is like, what the hell's going on? What's going on? And then he brings Tiffany into the locker room and he's like, I have an announcement to tell you. You're going to be defending your women's championship in an open challenge tonight. And then Tiffany's like, okay, yeah, I'll be the fighting champion. Okay. Or it can be like, okay, who am I fighting? And it'd be like, it would be an open challenge. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll be a fighting champion. And then, bam, Stephanie Vacquier. I think if that would happen, and I think that would actually be really cool. Don't know if that's actually going to happen. Don't think it will, but that would be really cool to see. It's something different. It's something new.
It would be
Something
fresh,
different needs to happen.
absolutely,
It would be
dude.
very fresh. We haven't seen an open challenge, but we've never seen one where it's impromptu like that in the locker room, right at a pay-per-view. It's almost like a Paige AJ situation. Have something like
Mhm.
that. Tiffany needs somebody to wrestle. Don't have it on SmackDown because it's way too damn obvious. It's just there's no hype
I
factor
agree.
there. There's no hype celebration where like, if you do it on SmackDown, it's like, oh, okay, cool, we're gonna have a match at Backlash. But if you do it at Backlash, you're like, oh shit, we're actually gonna have a match tonight. Oh, who's it gonna be? That would bring so much excitement. Bam. And then you would have Stephanie Vacquier come out. I'm not saying her name right. I know I'm not. It's hard to say.
Vacquier. Vacquier.
Vacquier. There we go.
I said the same thing the one day. I'm like, son of a bitch. It sounded like Stephanie Vacquier.
That's what I'm saying. I'm actually saying that because it's hard to not say that. It's like but Vacquier.
But I get what I knew what you meant. You're good.
Or if not Stephanie Vacquier, what about Jordan Grace?
She's not ready.
I don't think she's ready yet. I think it would give her a good confidence boost, but I think just somebody like that, Stephanie would be really cool. I think Jordan Grace is ready. I don't think she's.
Or
I don't think she should go for,
Or I just thought, I think she's apparently a free agent. I don't know when she's free. She may not be free yet. Maybe it's just a thought of mine. Mariah May.
Well, I don't think WWE's going to sign anybody. I don't think WWE should sign anybody right now since they just did.
No, you just released a bunch. Mm-hmm. Don't do that because
if you did it for budget cuts, then you don't want to sign anybody right now. And I think I think someone.
I mean, you just bitch slapped Dakota Kai again.
I mean,
I didn't really see the talent in her, though. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really see Dakota Kai as a talent. Like, I don't.
She was good. I mean, but in more recent years, remember, she fucked up her leg twice,
and she's injury prone, like Tegan Knox, injury prone.
Right, and I think that's why she's released. At this point, you might as well release guys like Sheamus, though, if that's the issue. But I feel like I don't think Dakota Kai was really all that great. I feel like Dakota Kai kind of had a very Indies TNA feel in WWE, and it just didn't look like WWE product when she was out there. Damage Control is basically dead now. I think they should quit having Io Sky representing Damage Control because there is no Damage Control.
Yeah,
there is
pretty much no Damage Control.
Damage Control was damaged. Leave it alone. Take it out of the name. It's done. And Dakota Kai's gone. Asuka and that other girl is
Kyrie or MIA.
Thank you. Kyrie Sane. She's injured. There's no.
I saw Kyrie Sane recently, and hello, nurse.
Right?
And Asuka should be back soon in the spring, like Kyrie. I think they're gonna be back,
That'd be good.
and that would add a lot.
Yeah. Moving on,
Yeah,
folks.
all I'm gonna say is fuck Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, I don't even want to get into that. That's a
Yeah, we're
horrible
not gonna-
signing. And
No, we don't have time for it, but I wanted to
yeah.
say it because
Fuck Del Rio.
we don't have time
it feels
for it,
like
but we
it.
did.
Fuck
It's
Del
good to roll off the tongue a little bit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he likes to roll off with his fist too.
I'd like to roll my foot up his. Never mind.
I know. All
And
right,
then
ladies and
give him
gentlemen,
up his back to me.
John Cena, Randy Orton, the main event of Backlash.
moving on to the main event, which is a 25-year, over nearly 30 years of a trilogy going back to OVW. Which, by the
Fuck
way,
John Cena.
By the way, folks, I will have a YouTube video of a kind of like a resubmit, but it's kind of like a vault video of mine of their rivalry. I made a rivalry video a long time ago. I'm going to resubmit it as a vault video, and it'll be fun to check out again and see if I can get 10,000 views just like I got before. So, or if WWE is just going to completely take it off of YouTube due to copyright. But check out that later on this week. But John Cena, Randy Orton, I definitely think Cena is going to retain. I think Randy Orton is going to lose in his hometown in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I think Cena is going to continue to be
A douche.
I love Cena. I'm a Cena guy. I always have been.
Fuck John Cena.
What's wrong with Cena?
I'm not saying he's not good.
He's really good.
Here's what I'm pissed at. You should have turned him heel twice.
Mm-hmm.
And the old fuck didn't do it. And when you did, you pulled that trigger at the wrong time. If it was me, right after Cody got his moment last year, if I was Cena, congratulations, hit the AA, pick him back up. One more AA, pick him up, congratulate him, but go, guess what, motherfucker? Next year, it's your ass. It's my last.
I have to disagree. You can't
and tease it and just tease it a little.
I have to disagree on. I think the way because you have to promote the retirement tour, and I think they did tease it by having him play that face from July of last year all the way to February of this year. It's be like, yeah, it's retirement tour. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna win the world title, and I'm gonna be your hero again. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's have fun, guys. And then you're having all these merch sales. You're having all these people like, yeah, oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
He ain't getting Stone Cold numbers. I'll tell you that now. Nobody's ever come close to the numbers Austin has delivered.
No, absolutely not. But you definitely had a lot of freaking numbers back then with the with Cena's merch in the PG era and his action figures. And dude, there were a lot of sales, and there still are a lot of sales today.
Oh, I agree.
Stuff
that I agree with.
And you can't just deny that. You can't deny how much of an impact that has gone for the WWE shop. But having him be a face and be like, oh man, retirement tour, I gotta get your shirt because of sentiments. And then now, this is where I'm glad they waited. It's sentimental, right? Having him be retiring, having him be a face while being in his retirement tour at first, and be like, oh, but I love you. And it's like, oh motherfucker, I'm wearing your shirt and I hate you now. Because I even had that thing with Mitch. As soon as the Raw after Mania, I went on and I said, Mitch,
I was watching.
He broke up with me, Mitch. And it's just, but that's how you feel, and that's the entertainer in me is how I reacted. But that's how some people feel. And it's almost
it's
like
still you look real at that, you look down. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. But like you look down at your shirt and you're just like, damn, I thought this guy loved me. I thought he was gonna retire for me. That's the fucking kicker. And then you have Cody, who's for the fans. You have The Rock, who's like, okay, motherfucker, I want your title. I want your soul. Let's be brothers. Come on, man. And it's like, oh, okay, you don't want to be? You want to be these fans' bitches? Okay, here's a guy who doesn't want to be the fans' bitches anymore in his retirement tour. He's done with this shit. Bam! That was brilliant booking. And I can read that shit all day long.
No, I won't argue that. My only thing was it was the wrong time.
Why was it the wrong time?
Because there was a moment, and it was after Rock Cena won. John Cena said it. They were going to turn him the week of Mania 28.
Mm.
He had new gear. He had new music.
Yeah, I've heard of the story. Yeah.
So think about that for a minute.
I think that would have been a really good move because Cena was not the guy anymore. Punk was. And like I think that would have been a fun move because you have that green shit, but it didn't go over. And the thing is, you can't have what they did, which was the problem. They had Punk versus Cena maybe like a million times that year, and
They did Punk Cena. You know what they did? They did it when Punk's contract was up, and they did the whole he's going to be gone for a few weeks, and then came back with Cult of Personality and shit. Which don't get me wrong, it was cool. I liked it. I enjoyed myself. Here's my issue. You should have saved that going into WrestleMania that year.
I think, yes, but I also, Money in the Bank was good because it was in Chicago. It was the summer of Punk, going back to his Ring of Honor days. I get why the timing. That was one of the, that was honestly maybe the only time Vince McMahon ever had the right timing on something where it really turned into a full-length memory. Just because it was just perfect for Punk's story for his entire career, not just his WWE or ECW career. And then you have Chicago, you have Money in the Bank. Well, CM Punk being the king of Money in the Bank, other than Edge, I feel like everything kind of had other than, I mean, I'm sure Money in the Bank wasn't really in the mind, but it definitely in my head would be like, oh shit, who's the king of Money in the Bank? Who's somebody who has won it twice and has cashed in successfully twice and is known as the king of Money in the Bank? Oh shit, it's CM Punk. And then you have him win the WWE title, his first WWE championship, like not world title, but WWE championship at.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
That was fucking awesome. But
they
I think
did a good job with it.
Absolutely. And I think if you want to make somebody happy and if you want to keep things legit with the merch sales, with happiness, have Punk stay face, have Cena turn heel, and have them ride that shit out to WrestleMania 29. Instead of face Cena, heel Punk at Money in the Bank, now you have a difference, and you kind of have that swap of the face.
So we're all in agreement, though. Just real quick, it's going to be Cena.
Cena's going to be the winner for that one. There's no doubt, and I think people in St. Louis are going to be like, "Fuck, that's my child or my hometown hero." Fuck you, Cena.
Let's go.
It's gonna be another fuck you to Randy Orton.
Fuck you, Cena.
It's gonna be another fuck you to Randy Orton.
Fuck you, Cena.
Cena has the upper hand on the record for Randy Orton. He's beating him in his hometown. It might be the last time we'll ever see those two wrestle in a one-on-one match ever again. I hope that's not the case, but it may be. And it's going to be in Randy's hometown, so then John Cena can finally have that, hey, fuck you factor. Which I think it would be really funny if Bob Orton was involved. I think he might be.
No, he won't. They won't go that far. What are you out of your mind?
I don't know. They went that far with Mr. Cena, with John Cena Sr. They went that far.
True.
And Cena Sr. is not even a wrestler. He's not even a competitor. At least Bob Orton has like at least 20, 30 years of wrestling experience under his belt and has
right.
It might be a little too old for that though, unless the two dads want to face off against each other. That would have been really fun. That would have been best for business right there. If Bob Orton versus John Cena Sr. That would have been sick.
I
That
would have
been
been like, I'd have been wanting to smoke a bowl afterwards. I'd have been like, yo, this is some of the weirdest shit. I
Yeah.
am not high for this. I'm going to watch the replay stoned. I'd have been like this. Saggy 1 and Saggy 2.
Saggy 1, 2. Which one can do an arm drag worse?
No, who's going to get the low blow first?
Now,
Who's gonna punt themselves in the head, like actually for real, and actually fuck themselves up?
but I
But
think we got
overall-
Cena on the board, though.
Do you think they're going to try and load this card Friday?
I hope not. I really fucking
You
hope
and me
not.
both.
I think they add the 6th match, the Tiffany Stratton match, but that's it.
Oh,
They
you
have
know what I call Tiffy? Drop top titty tipping. My tits are gonna fall out time.
But
Swear to
but
God, if it turns out those things are fucking real, bravo, God gave you a hell of a gift.
Yeah, for real.
Cause
with
girl,
Cena, I think we got Cena on the
ran
board.
it over.
But yeah, we think we got Cena on the board here. I'm
Yes.
wondering if they have R-Truth involved because they've lately included him.
There ain't no
Not
way.
a backlash.
in
Definitely not a
hell.
backlash.
Hang
Maybe
on.
after backlash, but I think that would be dude. I think that would be fucking.
That would be
awesome if they do
stupid.
Truth versus Cena for the title. That
Yeah.
would be fucking awesome.
They had Capital Punishment 2011 Truth versus Cena for the title.
Ooh,
We're
I
seeing
could
so
take
many.
that.
We're seeing so much shit like heel Cena versus face Orton, heel Cena versus face Cody, heel Cena versus face Truth. What the fuck is this universe? What are we? If you would have told me in 2011 when Randy was playing heel against Cena, when Cody was a heel, and when Truth was a heel, and told me that there would be a fucking role reversal of all 4 men going into 2025, what the fuck are you guys like Eric? What are you smoking over there, bro? Like you know, because
Yeah.
if you're when you're watching the Cena versus Orton match, because I'm sure people in 2011 were smoking that shit too, bro. Fucking hell.
Or
I'd have been mixing weed, hash, little bit of trying to figure this shit out.
They put
Cena
some
versus
cocaine in that
Punk.
shit.
Or Cena versus
Oh,
Punk
you
with
want me to put a
Goldberg.
little booger sugar? You got it, brother.
Versus
Hang
Punk
on.
Punk this August at SummerSlam.
I'm Tony
SummerSlam
Montana.
would be great
Excuse
for
me.
that.
Maybe
Summer-
Punk beats Cena for the belt at SummerSlam.
I don't know. Ooh, that would be nice. Because
in
like
New Jersey, and it makes
I would just
sense.
love to see Punk versus Cena at SummerSlam anyways, just because of the fact they have so much history at SummerSlam at this point. They have the triple threat in 2012 and the one-on-one match for the undisputed title. Not undisputed, but like
True.
it was WWE champion versus WWE champion. Merged that shit in for one champion in 2011. They have 2 matches at SummerSlam. Get yourself a fucking hat trick, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And that would sell out. That would sell out SummerSlam, no doubt. Punk for Cena for the WWE Championship, no questions asked. That would sell out Netflix. Stadium.
You know what? For summer, you know what I would like to see them do? If you're gonna go through with that, put the belt on Punk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Put the belt on Punk.
Make it
SummerSlam.
because remember the one thing above all else. Cena doesn't hold a pin on Punk. Save.
That's right.
Yes.
I think in 2013 was
one.
the only time. I think 2013
Only time was going into Mania 29 on that episode of Raw.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this could be Cena's redemption arc, and it's turning into that. Cena's trying to get his first win in many years. Check. Cena's trying to get the 17th world title. Check. Cena is trying to prove himself against Randy Orton in his own hometown. Fucking probably going to be a check. I think Cena could actually win that match and be like, okay, y'all think y'all had the advantage because of some past
Breaking
bullshit.
Rhino will debut in AEW over the next 48 hours. in
The
Detroit.
Man Beast from Detroit, Michigan in AEW?
Yep.
What the fuck? That's gonna
He's
be
doing
bad.
he's doing some appearances for them. They're in the 313. Put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Now everybody from the 313. If you
Dude,
don't
that's
know
fucking
what movie
crazy.
that is,
Oh, I
slap
know what it
yourself.
is. Oh, I know exactly what that is.
Exactly.
I've seen that full movie so many fucking times.
Welcome to my world.
But yeah, I think this
Yeah.
could lead to Punk and Cena at SummerSlam. It should really.
I think Cena's going to win that one. I know you guys are saying Punk's going to win it, but I think Cena's definitely going to win that one just for the redemption arc. And because like he has no distractions anymore. He doesn't listen to the fans. He's a cheap artist now, and Punk has so many rivals right now that's interfering in his matches. It's just bound that Punk's going to have a lot of distractions. Cena's not. Cena has a will to win this match. There you go. It's like in 2013 when he beat.
I just hope to God we
Cena
don't
or
get
Punk.
fucking Travis Scott and John Cena teaming up.
No, that's fucking weird.
I'm hearing a rumor of Cena and Travis Scott against Cody and Bad Bunny. I hope to God that's not the plan.
Bad Bunny doesn't belong in a wrestling ring, and
it has nothing
Travis
to do
Scott.
with Travis Scott as Bad Bunny. Who wants to see that? Nobody.
Travis Scott made a big bag of dick
any day. I would take Punk for Cena any day of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Punk for Cena, but just
Travis
leave it alone like
Scott
that.
can eat a big bag of dick, as far as I am concerned. He's lucky he's allowed to still breathe. Bully Ray has made it quite clear. On fucking sight wants to fuck him up.
Oh, wow.
Because of what he did to Cody back at Elimination Chamber. And
well, yeah, because Travis Scott doesn't belong in the fucking ring. You can't just put a celebrity. Yeah. This is why I can't stand when like celebrities like Logan Paul. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. When you're in that wrestling ring, pay your goddamn dues. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't care if you're in some fucking NXT Performance Center, Tampa Bay bullshit. That doesn't make you train to become a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Bad Bunny did hardly any training and actually did any kind of.
No, he did.
Did he really?
Actually did. Bad Bunny got in the ring. He trained. He took bumps. He said when the story is available, Hunter said, come on back. And guess who trained him?
Was it H or was it Damian Priest?
Damian Priest and The Miz.
Oh, there you go. I mean, that is a great training staff right there. The Miz is training you how to be a wrestler. That's fucking awesome. But I still believe in paying your dues. And I mean, I guess I'm a little biased because I work for a professional wrestling company in Kansas City, KCXW. I'm seeing the grind that these guys are going through. I see all the road trips. I'm seeing all of the times that they have to scrap for just a little food just to fucking get by. I'm seeing how much they have to scrap and claw for a whole year to even become a graduate, so they can have that. Hey, I can be a wrestler now. Sign me. It's sad to see that because there's a lot of celebrities who don't have to do that, who don't have to pay their dues, like Logan Paul. Like, I don't think Bad Bunny did enough to pay his dues. I don't think. Oh yeah, you had one match in WWE against Damian Priest at your hometown. That's paying your dues. No, it's not. It's not.
Exactly.
Like, so I see what these guys are putting themselves through just to get a fucking bite of food. It's brutal. So fucking brutal.
This is why The Rock should have showed up at WrestleMania 41 Night 2, but instead we got fucking Travis Scott. And you wonder why we got the shit ending on Night 2 WrestleMania 41. Dwayne should have showed up. And he didn't.
Go listen to Busted Open and Dave LaGreca, the two rants he made. First about what they did to Cody, and then the shit The Rock ran his mouth on. Those were fucking priceless, and I will tell you, and I know it's getting late, guys.
I mean, LaGreca's not wrong.
But we've known LaGreca for 15 years. This motherfucker knows he don't miss. Yay! Yay! Go watch the rant. Like, you're going to sit there and play this character, but also be on the board of directors, and you want to sit there and play Monday Night Quarterback? I wanted to tweet out to him and go suck a dick, you fucking dumb shit. You weren't fucking involved in Cena being in this position, you jackass.
Yeah. Cena was the one who sold his soul to The Rock, and The Rock should have showed up. It would have made it much better.
It would have made it more logical.
I think the match itself was also just very anticlimactic as well. That's the other problem. Like, you can't have the match where it's like, I don't think you can have, Travis Scott comes around the end. You have like 5 fucking AAs where it is like, what was it, 4 fucking AAs, 1 from the top rope. It was very anticlimactic. Too many false hopes, too many kickouts out of so many AAs. Not even AJ Styles has kicked out of that much. And then you have Travis Scott come out, and then all you have to do is hit the guy in the face of the belt, and he's dead. And it's like, wait a fucking minute, what is this shit? Why is all of a sudden, unless he has gold hit in the face, why is Cody some fucking Superman now? And then, the Travis Scott thing was just super random and just unnecessary. It was weird.
And hearing this theme music, man, that they jammed down your throats 100 different fucking times. Theme. Like, I don't want to hear that anymore for like years. It's they shove it down your throats.
Well, guys,
but yeah,
I don't know how much more is left to say for this.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I think this is definitely a good point to end it here for the Raw Chaos coverage. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about our predictions, and also even the future predictions of everything. And let us know what you guys think. We have a lot of other stuff coming up, like Phenomenal Breakdown is tomorrow, and we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. What in the hell is Mitch doing with? Oh God, okay.
Oh God, Mitch, quit sticking around.
Well, Mitch has these folders now, and I love that. But what the hell? Why is this a banner? Why is that a freaking banner? Mitch, what are you fucking doing?
Mitch,
that's funny.
We'd love to know why is that.
All right, but overall, I'll say this. This Saturday, my show. So far, we're going to dive into a segment that's called Wrestling What Ifs. And the topic is, what if the Heartbreak Kid never got hurt in 1998 and how it would have impacted Stone Cold's rise and second half of his career.
See, you're in the what ifs, so am I. I love what ifs. So, let's clap at some point.
We're all going to be meshing. You heard it here live, ladies and gentlemen. You won't see some shit.
Let me know on Twitter what you're thinking, bro.
The other thing that I'm going to talk about is the fact that Dynamite and Collision this week are back to back. Should that be the move that could keep AEW in a positive position and not have to deal with hockey, baseball, basketball forcing the preemptive or after the game? That's one of the topics. Who's going to get roasted this week? I haven't made up my mind. Triple H came really fucking close, had the closing of the main event here on Raw not been what it was, he'd have got roasted. What's the other topic of discussion? I haven't decided. We got until the end of the week. But one thing's for sure, the ending to Raw, did not see that coming. Let us know what you thought of our predictions. But,
yes,
gentlemen,
Yes.
Thank you for having me. It was fun. I hope to do it again, but it is about that time. I'm
Absolutely.
ready to go. I'm Abe Simpson.
And a good go home and honestly a good go home show for Raw tonight. I thought tonight was one of the better go home shows in a while, and I'm actually, though it
I
could have
am
been
impressed.
a go for Backlash, I'm enjoying the past couple Raws going into Backlash since coming out of WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, this was definitely a great show. I think Backlash last year was a little bit better, or not Backlash, but the go home show for Backlash last year in Kansas City, Missouri was a little bit better. Of course, they had the NFL draft, or I keep saying that, the WWE draft at that point, which was so amazing. But yeah, no, I think it's a great show and definitely better than what we've had the past 2 weeks. But that is all for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in. Stuff such and whatnot. Don't forget the whatnot. Make sure you subscribe to myself, Phyro Productions. Make sure you subscribe to Furious Nation, Nick over there, and then you also
You will
check out
me, Eric at the Wrestling Asylum over on the OTTR network. And for everybody that hasn't heard, Off the Top Ropes Podcast Network will be merging with Hardcore Sports. So, as I like to tell everybody, just when you think you know, we changed the motherfucking game once again. So, to all you higher subs and all this, you think you know? Bitch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Be careful what's coming.
We're taking on YouTube, y'all.
Hard fucking core.
We're taking on YouTube, y'all. We are taking on YouTube, and we are going to be the greatest wrestling YouTube podcast merger you have ever seen on this platform. Thank you all for stopping by. Make sure you check out Phenomenal Breakdown tomorrow. This is Phyro, Nick, and Eric. We are all out of here.
Good night.
Good mile, guys. Hit the like, and we'll see you later.